Shalom, family, and much ahava. All right, I have a brother here that continues to come into my comments, and he really misunderstands the purpose of bethinking ourselves and returning back to Yahuwah with all our heart, mind, body, soul, and strength, right? He misunderstands the weightier matters of the law, the purposes of the feast days. Okay, so the scriptures tell us to let no man judge you in meat and drinks, in respect of a holy day, nor of the new moon, nor the Sabbaths. Okay? Now, we are in our captivity, but there are weightier matters to these feast days than what we think or what can be thought of, you know. Now, let's start with the Passover. The Passover was in Egypt, right? Now, the purpose of the Passover was for them to go through and do a search for a lamb of the first year, without spot and without blemish, right? To make a sacrifice to cover them out of obedience to Yahuwah. So what would this feast day have anything to do with us? During Passover season, we are to search ourselves because Yahuwah refers to us as his flock. He refers to us as his sheep. Even Yahusha told Peter to feed his flock and to feed his sheep. Okay? So us as a flock have to search ourselves, right? Because when it comes down to the Passover, we have to be worthy to participate in the bread, which is the body of Hamashiach, and the wine. Then we have unleavened bread. Unleavened bread is here for us to do something else, to search ourselves, to rid ourselves of our leaven, or those things that are contrary to love, which is being puffed up, voted up in ourselves, having pride, arrogancy, so on and so forth, right? And these feast days are almost like 6-month doctor checkups. Right behind that, we have the waving of the sheaf. When you wave the sheaf of the first fruits, you are showing Yahuwah that you are presenting yourself before him. Yahusha did it, and we are to do those things in which he did. We are striving to be just like our master or our Adonai, right? He came to give us a pure example of what we should do. Okay? Next after that is Shavuot, right? Which would be Pentecost or the Feast of Weeks. Now, during the Feast of Weeks, after we have cleansed ourselves, then we should be waiting for a visitation, right? So, are the feast days important for you to do them as a practice for those things or a shadow of those things to come? It is imperative that we look at the spiritual attributes of the law, that we may understand that there are deeper purposes than just an outward sacrifice. Okay? Oh, there's no temple, there's no priest. Know ye not that your body is the temple of the living Elohim? Yahusha himself said, if you destroy this temple, I will raise it up in 3 days. So that means that the temple is your body. And in that temple, we are to sacrifice sacrifices of righteousness. Okay? Now let's go to the fall feast. We have memorial blowing of trumpets. This memorial blowing of trumpets is to set out warnings for the people to get us prepared for the next stage for the winter feast. Now, the blowing of the trumpet is to get you prepared now so that when atonement comes, you can pray, fast, and atone for all the sins that Yahuwah has shown you that is within you that is not like him. And then right behind you cleansing yourself out, then you have Sukkot. Now, Sukkot is something that they did in the wilderness. And we were told to memorialize the fact that our fathers lived in temporary dwellings, which are the booths, okay? And us as a temple, we are living in temporary flesh, just like our fathers. This body is not permanent. It is temporary, okay? But in Sukkot, Yahuwah will dwell in the tabernacle. So this is him coming to dwell with us. Now, we can be obedient to what Yahuwah is showing us, or we can be disobedient to what people are telling us. There are weightier matters to the law, and we should be preparing ourselves and preparing ourselves and preparing ourselves. Now, when Yahuwah said that if we were to bethink ourselves and to turn from our wicked ways and come back to him with all our heart, all our mind, all our soul, and all our being, that he would hear from heaven and that he would heal the land. Now, the physical land of Israel is not healed. It is still being trodden down by the Gentiles. Okay? Yahusha said that the kingdom of heaven is being trodden down by the Gentiles, right? Because the kingdom of heaven has been taken by force or by violence. Now, what land would he be talking about? In Genesis, he created Adam from the dust of the earth, or from the land, right? Because he didn't create Adam while the land was under the water. He said, let dry land appear. And that dry land appeared from under the darkness, from under the shadow of death. So, if you choose to keep the feast days, remember there are weightier matters to these feast days than what we truly think they are. They are not just physical attributes, there are spiritual attributes as well. I pray that this bless someone, and I pray that this helps someone to maintain doing those things in which you have chose to do to serve your Allure in spirit and in truth. Shalom, shalom.